Providence Police have released this body cam video right here, which shows the moments after a police-involved moped crash that critically injured Jamal Gonzalez last week. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. We do want to warn you, some viewers may find this video disturbing. We have team coverage of the video's release. Courtney Carter has the details on what the family of Jamal Gonzalez had to say today.
But first, let's get right to 12 News reporter Brandon Truitt for the latest on where the investigation into this incident stands tonight. Brandon?
Well, Mike and Shannon, police releasing this video, they say, as a part of the open and transparent investigation that they promised. This is our closest look yet into the chaotic moments following that crash. New video giving an inside look at the response in real time. 5 body cam videos released by Providence Police Monday showing the thoughts and actions of multiple officers, including Kyle Andres, the officer police say was in the cruiser at the center of this investigation. This video from his body camera. You see the officer work to gain control of the wheel. The car stops, he hops out and runs around the cruiser. That's when you see Jamal Gonzalez laying on the ground. The officer pulls him out from underneath the stop sign.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone.
Providence city leaders answering questions from reporters Monday. Public Safety Commissioner Stephen Perry answering why the audio is missing from the first 30 seconds of each clip.
When that officer tapped is when that audio begins, but the technology captures the 30 seconds of video preceding the engagement.
The city says the criminal investigation into whether or not there is fault on the officer's end is their priority, suggesting there will be more fallout from there.
Once that is complete, we're making a list of every single incident that we have to look at an administrative level. 5 videos giving another look at an incident seeming to divide the city. Investigators saying they are focused, adding all outcomes are on the table.
We need all the information and make a concrete final response to what we believed happened.
And police say this could all be wrapped up by next week at the earliest. That is when the Attorney General and Rhode Island State Police are set to wrap up their independent investigations into this as well. Live in Providence, Brandon Truitt, 12 News.
Thank you, Brandon. And the family of Jamal Gonzalez held a news conference today reacting to the release of this police body camera footage.
His family says even after reviewing the video, they're still left with a lot of unanswered questions. 12 News reporter Courtney Carter is live in Providence with the details on this and what else his family is saying tonight. Courtney?
Well, that's right. The Gonzalez family and their lawyers saying there are still many more questions than answers, saying there wasn't much on those videos they didn't know already. Now, this comes, as they say, as Jamal is still in a hospital in a coma in critical condition. And as they got together for a press conference this afternoon, first they say there are just too many questions, some having to deal with audio, like what the officer was saying on his radio just before that crash. Although the family does say they were shown the video footage over the weekend, according to their attorney, Jude Carrison. Now, they say public response has been great, saying they received a lot of video and photos that they have now given over to the Attorney General's office. But the family addressing one of those videos in particular, showing officers administering Narcan. Providence Police Commissioner said because he was unconscious and experiencing some seizing, the officers mistook it as an overdose. But his father, Mark, saying that should have never happened.
I work with people in the community with mental illness and addiction, and to see an officer, pull out Narcan, which obviously he's, prepared with, and then say he doesn't know how to use it. And so I was just a little disappointed with some of the professionalism, some of the empathy.
The family also addressing protesting, saying they want it to happen during the day and they call for it to all remain peaceful. Live in Providence, I'm Courtney Carter, 12 News.
First tonight, Providence's Public Safety Commissioner says he's concerned by some of what he saw in body camera footage released today from last week's moped crash. I'm Shannon Heggie.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. A warning, some of the footage from those body cameras may be disturbing. It shows some of the moments leading up to and immediately after the crash that left 24-year-old Jamal Gonzalez seriously injured. We have team coverage for you tonight. 12 News reporter Courtney Carter has reaction from the Gonzalez family.
But first, Brandon Truitt tells us what the footage reveals and what investigators are saying. Brandon?
Well, Mike and Shannon, these 5 body cameras show the moments after the crash from different angles, but what is not seen is a moment of impact. So the question of whether the cruiser ever hit Gonzalez is still at the heart of this investigation. It's the closest look you can get at the chaos following last week's crash. 5 body cam videos showing the actions and mindsets of the officers in real time. Providence Police confirming this is the body cam footage of Officer Kyle Andres. He's driving the cruiser at the center of this investigation. You see the officer work to gain control of the wheel. The car stops, he hops out and runs around the car. That's when you see Jamal Gonzalez laying on the ground. The officer pulls him out from underneath the stop sign.
Look, when I saw it, I was concerned.
Providence public safety officials saying they are looking into all aspects of how Jamal was injured, whether it be from the officer and his cruiser or the actions taken after.
Just breathing. The rescue's coming.
In the videos, you can hear Jamal experiencing a seizure as a result of his impact, although that was unclear to officers at the time who were asking medics to hurry.
And have them step it up.
Right now, the city says its priority is the criminal investigation.
Once that is complete, we're making a list of every single incident that we have to look at an administrative level.
Video has shown the moments around this crash from the outside and now the inside too. Commissioner Stephen Perry saying they are still missing that critical moment.
There's no video on the body cams that show the crash.
And police tell us that officers on the scene administered Narcan to Gonzalez, saying they thought he might have overdosed. Investigators today are telling us that those decisions are being looked into as well. Live in Providence, Brandon Truitt, 12 News.
Thank you, Brandon. And Jamal Gonzalez's family says they still don't have the answers they're looking for from that body cam footage.
12 News reporter Courtney Carter was at the family's news conference a short time ago. She continues our in-depth coverage. Courtney?
Well, that's right. The Gonzalez family saying they still have more questions than answers, saying they have questions about everything from the level of care on scene to the audio of the officers. The family of Jamal Gonzalez got together for a press conference Monday with their lawyer after the Providence Police publicly released body cam footage from the serious crash. But they say everything they saw, they already knew.
For anyone to see a loved one in that condition would be traumatic. And we are still faithful that all relevant information will be revealed. The family wants these questions answered more than anyone, but they are being patient.
The Providence Police Department releasing in total 5 body cam videos. The family was shown the video footage over the weekend. And while they say public response has been great in terms of receiving a lot of video and photos from the public, they still have questions ranging from Jamal's level of care at the time of the incident to what officers were saying on sections of the video.
Discussion about removing his helmet, which would raise a lot of flags to me. We believe Officer Andres was on his radio just moments before the collision. We would be very interested to know what was said over the radio at that moment.
The family addressing one of those videos in particular, showing officers administering Narcan. The Providence Police Commissioner saying Monday because Gonzalez was unconscious and experiencing some seizing, the officer mistook it as an overdose. His father, Mark, says that should have never happened.
I was just a little disappointed with some of the professionalism.
And now they say this all comes as Jamal remains in a coma in critical condition. The family taking time to address the protesting, saying if it's going to happen, they want it to happen during the daytime and they want it to remain peaceful. Live in Providence, I'm Courtney Carter, 12 News.